Okay, let's get started. Hey horror freaks, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda. If this is the first time here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can get notification every single time that I post a video, and I post every single week. As you can see from the title, on today's video I'm going to be giving you my full review with spoilers of HELLBENDER. That is the latest Shudder original film that just came out yesterday. So in case that you haven't watched it, now it's available to stream either on Shudder or AMC Plus. Now, as always, all my reviews are with spoilers. If you don't want them, just to see if this is worth watching or not, on the description box down below, there you're going to find my spoiler-free review, because I'll let you give you guys the options. I know that not everyone likes spoilers. Some people just want to know what is it about, if this is worth it. So in case that you want that, on the description box down below. So giving a little talk disclaimer ahead, let's get into the video. HELLBENDER, if you Google it, is going to appear as a 2021 movie, but it's because it was released on film festivals throughout 2021 and eventually was taken by Shudder to be released on 2022. So this is why if you see that it says HELLBENDER and it's 2021 instead of 2022, it's not that a year later. It was first released in film festivals and now it's available to stream. Like I said, it's labeled as a Shudder original. Now, according to IMDb, the official plot of the movie is that a lonely teen discovers her family's ties to witchcraft. Now, the movie is pretty obvious from the very beginning. Sometimes when movies are about witchcraft, they try to make that detail as subtle as possible, or they try to leave it until the end. I don't know, sometimes they do that, but in the case of this one, pretty obvious from the very beginning. Now, it's 1 hour and 20 minutes, but it doesn't feel like it. It's a little bit of a slow burn. So it's 1 hour and 20 minutes, but I definitely felt that was a little bit longer, but it's not something that bothers me. Now, the first scene that we have is we have this group of women. Of course, we know that they're witches, and they are hanging one of them. For what reason, we don't know. Covens, they used to have plenty of reasons to hang in a sister, but she's being hanged and she's not dying. She gets gunshot, she's not dying. She eventually burns and she goes up to the sky, and the title comes up, has a really good soundtrack, and it's because the mother and the daughter that are the protagonists of the story, they have a band. Now, the girl, her name is Izzy. Now, Izzy, it supposedly has a disease that basically she's not able to get close to people by her immune system. She eventually says the full name, but the reality is that it was way too long for me to even pronounce it right. So I'm just gonna leave it at there as an immune disease. Now, the thing is that she's been isolated ever since she was 5. This is something that we learn throughout the movie. She lives in a gorgeous, let me tell you, the setting is gorgeous, a beautiful, beautiful forest. They have some waterfalls and water. The mountains are amazing. So they live in this house really isolated from the town, and the mother is the one that runs the errands, and she never lets her kid go to town. So basically, we have the first scenes. So she's like, I'm going to town. Do you want something? And she's like, can I come with you? But she kind of gives her the look of, no, we have to talk about this. Don't ask. And she says something that she wants and she leaves. So we see the mother. She's going to town. She has some chains throughout the middle of the road that says beware of. Well, just beware. I found that pretty funny. The sign is something that I would do in my house. Beware of. Well, just beware. So because it looks like the type of place that people will go hiking, and that's something that Izzy's do a lot. She goes hiking. I mean, it's her property. So her mother goes to the town, and when she's buying stuff, she buys a crown that it's seen on the poster. I'm going to be putting the poster. The crown that she has, her mother bought her for her. And when she's buying it, an old man is watching her, and he's like, I know you. And she's like, excuse me? And he's like, you used to be my grandmother's nurse. It's pretty common about witches. It's them living way longer than normal humans, precisely being immortal, but definitely they tend to live way longer and they don't look like they have aged at all. So it wasn't a surprise, and it's pretty simple to understand the catch. And she's like, you're confusing me with another person, and she leaves. And this man is never seen again. This is never addressed again. But like I said, the movie never hides the fact that they are witches. So Izzy is also a vegetarian. And the reason why this is important is she eventually encounters someone on the woods, and it's a man that is lost. He was hiking. Like I said, this looks like the normal place to hike. He got lost, and the mother, of course, appears, and Izzy leaves, and the mother kills the man. And she tastes a little bit of blood and kind of goes like a crazy mode, we could say. She kind of screams, and she poof, she just make him like dust. I'm going to say it right now. The special effects were a little bit weird. I have no idea how much the budget it was for this movie, but it's not a complaint or something that bothers me. But something that I wanted to address is the fact that has blood and the gore is good, but that type of special effects, they're kind of weird. But like I say, I'm not saying it in a bad way, but just so you know. So she kills the man. Of course, eventually, sheriff is looking for him, but they don't say anything, or they don't look suspicious at all. No one is being suspicious. So she talks to him briefly, and he's like, oh, so you probably know my niece, that it's a neighbor of yours on the other mountain. She didn't even knew that another house was nearby. Probably she never get to that far of her house. So eventually she gets to the house, and she sees the girl that her name is Amber. They meet, she takes a beer, and she kind of became friends. And she's like, hey, you should return tomorrow. I'm having some friends over. Their house is not even her house. Like, she doesn't live there. She just sneaks on the house. So it was a little weird for me for him to say that she lived there, but she's saying that she's not. So I got a little bit confused there, but just saying. So she returns the next day, and they are on the pool, and they're playing a game where they're four, and they have four cups. One of them has a worm that is alive. Izzy is the one that has to drink whatever it is on the cup with the worm. She's a vegetarian. And this is important because the moment that she takes the worm, she goes nuts. Like, she looks like she's high, but she starts screaming, and it's like something like burning inside of her, like that type of feeling, like when you're screaming and screaming. So it's weird, her reaction. And you could be thinking that her mother is going to be mad at her, is going to scream, punish her. And not. Their relationship between mother and daughter is really close. They even look like sisters. So she's not mad. She just starts explaining to her that they are what they call hellbenders. They are a mix of stuff, and they take the power out of live things. Like, this is why she doesn't precisely eat meat or anything at all that it's animal. Like, I'm going to put in a plate here, of course has a finger, because that's a vision of her. Because the moment that she eats the worm, this hunger kind of goes unleashed. It kind of reminds me of Raw, when she gets to eat, well, she's forced to eat, I think it was a liver, I don't even remember. And after that, she gets this hunger for flesh. But in this case, see, she doesn't precisely want flesh, but she kind of does. And she's fantasizing about eating a finger, and this is the plate I'm going to be putting, because her diet's basically like completely plant-based, but a really weird way. We don't really know much of what she's actually eating, but she starts to fantasize about this. And even at some point, her and her mother, they eat some maggots, and they kind of become high because the power is unleashing of them. And they kind of do like this, and things get on the air, like some forms and that type of stuff. But at the same time, the mother is getting worried because she has a book, and when she puts the hand on the book, kind of gives her visions of past, present, future, like a little bit of everything. She sees when Izzy killed the owner of the house, because eventually when they are on the pool, drank the worm, the owner appear. He catch her, but we never see him again. She basically ate them, but the police thinks that it was a wild animal. So the mother is getting worried that her daughter is basically going a little bit out of the manners, because she can abuse rid of this, because she says that the real reason why she has been hiding her is because she's dangerous, meaning that maybe her powers could be way more than hers. The point is that she needs to be taken away from everyone because she could be a real danger if she goes full on leash on this, because she wants to eat people, kinda. So basically, to give like a brief summary, right at the end, the roles go reverse because the mother gets really scared of Izzy, and Izzy is now taking her care of her, and she's like, I'm going to the town, do you want something? And the mother tells her something, and she has this lantern because she has her in this type of dark room, and the mother is really freaked out of what her daughter has become. And that's basically it. The movie's pretty simple, but it's really good. Like I said, it's a slow burn, but damn, real good, and it's worth it. This one has, the last time I checked, it was 100 on Rotten Tomatoes. I want to recheck that because for now I hasn't seen any bad reviews. This one had good reviews already from the release on the festivals. I want to check here. Yeah, still has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. So until now, it has the highest rating in any horror movie until now on this year. Worth it. The reality for me is, I wouldn't say 5 stars, but I would say 4.5. Like for me, like I said, the only thing that got me a little bit off was the special effects, but I don't want to be harsh on that because it's not necessary. But given that, the reality is that the movie is good, the acting is good, the gore, like everything. So works pretty good, and it's definitely worth watching it. And I think that this is it for at least my opinion and my review, but definitely you should give it a watch. It's a really good film. And well, this is all for the video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you watch it. Are you planning on it? What do you think? Did you like it? You didn't? Let me know. And well, this is all for the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to see you guys on the next one. Bye.